Over 200 unions and some political parties are expected to join the national shutdown tomorrow. The march has been organized by unions, COSATU and SAFTU. The latter says it's pushing ahead with the strike over the declining economy and the rising cost of living. And in fact, SAFTU is also calling upon workers across all sectors to take part. So what's business's stance on this? Well, let's bring in Harambee Matabane, who is with the Black Business Council. In fact, he's the CEO for that entity. It's great to have you on the program once again, sir. Thanks very much indeed, as always, for making time. COSATU speaking at that media briefing yesterday when they were outlining the state of readiness, saying that this strike is a pushback by workers on the ongoing class warfare that's directed to them by both the public and the private sector. Do you reckon they're going about it the right way?
Good morning and thank you for having us once more. I'm not sure if this is the correct method, especially looking at where the economy is. So the workers are going to strike. There's going to be no work, no pay. So the little income that the workers had is going to be reduced. And looking at the high cost of living, cost of fuel and transport and all those things, the workers are going to be left with very, very little to deal with. But also, when we look at the fact that most of the companies, especially small businesses, black businesses, businesses owned by women and people living with disabilities, they're still trying to recover from COVID. Some of them have not even reappointed all employees who were retrenched. So they are trying to recover, and a losing productivity for a day may end up with more retrenchments, which then means the high unemployment rate that we were trying to fight may just go up. So it looks like maybe they should have found another method of engagement rather than going to the streets and making workers to lose a day's salaries.
Is it then safe to say that unions tomorrow won't be enjoying the support of the Black Business Council?
Yeah, we appreciate and understand what they're going through, because everyone in the country is going through the same. But you don't try and fight a declining economy by making it worse, because some of the people are going to be affected, even businesses. For example, wherever the match is going to be, those small businesses will have to close, because if you open, there may be looting and other things that happens to those small businesses. So people are going to lose income while you are complaining about high cost of living and also complaining a bit about the declining economy, which was also caused by COVID and other things. We know even before COVID, the economy was declining, but trade unions, especially COSATU and others, they are at NETSEC. So NETSEC is where we're discussing solutions for economic growth. And I think some of these things they should have shared them at NETSEC, where they can contribute positively to say, what is it that we need to increase the economic growth and employment? And in our view, what we should be doing should be supporting entrepreneurs, because it's entrepreneurs who will create jobs, not the other way around. Government, we all know, is supposed to make the economic environment to be favorable. Be favorable for businesses to thrive, so that businesses can create jobs, grow the economy, and when the more people are employed, obviously contribute to the fiscus through taxes, and some of these costs that we are complaining about will go down.
Sure. And I guess the obvious question then becomes, how well has government done in creating that environment that you speak of? And the answer to that, perhaps some people might say, is government hasn't done too well at all, or at least there's room for improvement, to be diplomatic. How should we respond to that, at the very least, as opposed to just saying that the unions themselves perhaps are not going about the right ways in their strike tomorrow?
I would agree with you. Government could have done much better. They haven't done that much better as we speak. They are not, for example, they are not opening the market for new entrants. We all know that the employment is not going to be created by the big corporates, because those ones, they always have extra capacity. Employment is going to be created by small businesses. And that government has realized that in the National Development Plan 2030, because the projections are saying by 2030 we need to create 11 million jobs if you want to deal with unemployment, and 90% of them will come from small business. But the actions that government is taking are not necessarily supporting small business. And they are not opening the market. If you look at the market, let's look at the telco space. They are basically 4 companies there that control 90% of the market. And now you hear that one telco is going to solve another telco, which means that the market concentration is going to be worse. So where is the space for small business? You can look at all the sectors that are there. There are 2 or 3 companies that are controlling 90% of the market. And that way we're never going to be able to create employment. That is the job of government. Government gives licenses to these companies. When these companies are monopolizing the industry, they should either take the license or put conditions that says bring more small businesses in here, so that those small businesses will help the country in growing the economy. As they grow the economy, people get employed, they'll be able to afford the services that are sold by even the big companies. So this is a win-win situation rather than trying to close the markets and everyone who's supposed to be playing there, especially the people who were excluded previously, don't have space. And that's what causes things like the strike, where people don't feel like they own part of the economy. They don't feel like they are part of the economy, so they feel excluded. And what do? They find other ways of disrupting the economy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Matabane from the Black Business Council. Thanks very much indeed for weighing in on this discussion as we wait and see, of course, how these plans of a national shutdown unfold tomorrow. Thank you, Matabane. He's the CEO of the Black Business Council. Once again, thanks very much indeed.